huh, I care about how it sounds when I scream alone.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, that's kind of pathetic.
And this is what somebody had told me to do to start to try to release emotion is to scream.
Okay.
And honestly, I can't. Like, I've tried.
Like, even alone?
Alone. Like,
I've
fully
done it.
alone.
I do it.
It's so, like, and I think because I did it for the first time on, like, 3 days ago.
Just shove your face in a pillow.
But I think my hesitation is how I sound. Like, I'm so self-conscious.
You want it to be like a manly grizzly.
Right, yeah. And I just, it's such a, like, I remember driving to a cottage. It was 3 hours away. I was totally alone, like, on back roads, doing my own thing. And I was so angry and just so in my own head that I needed to release something. Like, I needed to get over whatever that I was going through. And I was trying to scream or yell or, you know, release anything. And I couldn't because I was so self-conscious about how that I was going to sound. And, like, there was 100% certainty that nobody was going to hear me. And because, I mean, I guess you're your own biggest critic, you know? Like, I was so, and, like, yeah, it's a crazy thing. Like I've asked a couple of people in the past couple of weeks to try it. And it's just, like, you can see it in their face, like, of them trying to scream. And it's so like, it's a self battle of just trying to be able to be confident enough to just do it.
Well, I wonder if screaming in itself, like the act of screaming, is just a pure representation of emotion.
Yeah. Like just to be able to like verbally release it.
Yeah. Like what you just said, I'm definitely familiar with.
Yeah.
Because, like, not that I do it all the time, but I've definitely done it before where I'm just, okay, I just plop my head into a pillow and I scream.
Yeah.
And I genuinely really hope that it sounds manly.
Yeah.
Usually it doesn't.
Which is fine. Like, because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter.
But it's fucked. Like, it just...
But I think as disheartening as it is for you at first, like you and me and, like, anybody who can relate to that, like,
yeah,
I think it's really valuable to even realize that. Like, just to be like, huh, I care about how it sounds when I scream alone.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, that's kind of pathetic.
It is, right? Like,
yeah.
It's so, and I know that. I mean, maybe I don't know that because it still hasn't changed my mind. Like when I screamed 3 days ago, it was because I was at my breaking point. And I was completely alone, like doing my own thing, but I was like, there was nothing else that I could do, and it just came out.
Yeah,
but it's just, yeah, like I think it's, like, for me anyways, from what I've experienced, it's 100% self-confidence, like just low self-confidence, high insecurity, like just it's crazy.
I think the funny thing is, if you're not willing to scream, you're basically saying, it is more worth it. Like, I think that's just a flat out lie to yourself. Yeah. Well, like, there's been times where I just I'm like, yeah, don't scream. Yeah. You're going to sound like an idiot, because you are more comfortable with the idea of who you think you are than who you find out you are after you scream. Because if you scream and you think you sound like a pussy, you're going to think you're a pussy.
Right.
But the funny thing is you're going to scream and you're going to be the same guy you were before you screamed.
Right.
But the fact that you're concerned with what you sound like after that just goes to show that you are just subject to your social judgment. And